Claude Simmons and Christopher Scott entered a Dallas County courthouse with a better greeting than most inmates. After 12 years in prison, the two men heard a judge say the words they've always known.
Each defendant in these two cases are actually innocent.
They were convicted of killing Alfonso Aguilar in a 1997 home invasion robbery. The victim's wife, who witnessed the murder, identified Simmons and Scott in a photo lineup.
I just say, well, when I go to court, this lady would see me, and she knew I wasn't the person that she thought I was. But when I got to court and she said, yeah, that's the man, I didn't know what to think. I just say, wow, man.
But now there's new evidence from a man that has confessed to being one of the two men actually responsible.
We have evidence that from a man named Alonzo Hardy, who was even back then rumored to have been involved in this murder.
Hardy passed a polygraph test and confirmed evidence that he and Don Michael Anderson were Aguilar's true killers. Simmons and Scott's freedom is owed in large part to students at the University of Texas at Austin's law school and UT Arlington who worked on the case for 4 years. Staff attorney Tiffany Dowling from UT Austin's Actual Innocence Clinic brought the case to Dallas District Attorney Craig Watkins to be reopened. Watkins says that more law schools need to follow UT Austin's example.
It's, incumbent upon all law schools to have a program like this because it trains young lawyers on what justice really is.
Here at the UT Law School, the Actual Innocence Clinic receives hundreds of letters a year from inmates that say that they've been wrongfully convicted. 3 other journalism students and I are working alongside law school students to learn firsthand the kind of work it takes to free an innocent person.
I'm getting a feel for what the practice of criminal law would be like. It's different from what we do every day, which is get lectured and then try to apply some legal doctrines or kind of memorize them to get an idea of the law. But it's more rewarding and more satisfying and a little easier to get into this type of study because it's real.
The students attend class every Monday where 6 supervising attorneys teach the process and background of innocence law. But the majority of the students' time is spent outside of class investigating inmates' cases. Clinical instructor Tiffany Dowling began working with the Actual Innocence Clinic as a law school student when the program began 7 years ago. She watched it grow firsthand from a fledgling group to being a part of its first exoneration as an employed attorney.
Getting to work on it as a student and then coming back as a staff attorney and digging through old files and seeing my maiden name where I signed as a law student on letters, and then, then getting to see a case through all the way to exoneration. So it's been a really great experience.
Dowling says that the Simmons and Scott exoneration was a special event.
I was really excited and nervous, and I can't imagine what my nerves and excitement were in comparison to Claude Simmons and Christopher Scott.
Simmons and Scott are the first people to be freed by UT Austin's Actual Innocence Clinic. Since then, the requests for help have skyrocketed.
I mean, we have more phone calls now. We have more letters now. The mail came in a bucket on Monday, as opposed to a stack. It was a whole bucket of mail.
The class size is also expected to grow. The introduction of the joint journalism program in the fall of 2009 had more students requesting to join the spring 2010 semester. Supervising attorney and co-founder Bill Allison says the addition has been a success.
It's exactly what we thought it would be, and that is that the journalism students push the law students. There's something about law school that just knocks curiosity out of people in that first year. Bringing the journalism students into the clinic has, curiosity is the stock and trade of journalism.
Allison says that working with other programs is important to the future of Actual Innocence projects.
People need to learn about how to collaboratively work together. There's a lot of useful information, but we really haven't seen a lot of useful information passing back and forth about collaborations.
The Simmons and Scott case used collaborative work between 2 different innocence projects and the Dallas District Attorney's Office. Allison says without that collaboration, the 2 men's freedom would have taken much more time. Now that they are freed, Simmons and Scott are reconnecting with family and friends. They're hoping to talk to people in their community about their story and raise awareness. The pair says this shouldn't happen to anyone else. I'm Caitlin Lawrence for Reporting Texas.